Congratulations on finishing Python 3 Master Course. In this video, we're going to go over a summary of what we learned throughout the course. So in section 2, we talked about documentation. I did a deep dive on a summary of what documentation is offered with Python on their official website and what you can look for if you need assistance in certain areas. So we talked about what is Python, getting started with documentation. Then we covered the beginners, moderate, and advanced guides for their documentation. We covered their general documentation as well. And we covered Python 3.x resources and porting from Python 2 to Python 3. In section 3, we set up Python. But before we could do that, we talked about an IDE. I told you what it was and how IDEs work with Python. Then we talked about what is a text editor. Very important tool. We covered text editors for Python, and then we talked about how to download and install Python 3 with IDLE included. Then we covered basic commands with terminal, and then we wrote and ran our first Python script with terminal and IDLE. I showed you how to download and install Visual Studio Code, and I showed you how to download and install Python extension in Visual Studio Code. We wrote and ran Python script with Visual Studio Code and terminal, and then I showed you how to download and install Anaconda and write and run a Python script with Anaconda. In section 4, we talked about basics. So in this, we set up Anaconda notebooks for all of our examples. So we covered the following: syntax, comments, data types, numbers, casting, booleans, operators, if-else, while loops, functions, lambda, arrays, classes and objects, inheritance, iterators, scope, modules, dates, math, JSON, regex, PIP, try except, user input, and string formatting. So in all these examples that I just covered, we created a notebook and then it did a code along where I explained what it was, and then we actually wrote out some code for each of these examples so that you get a good understanding of the basics of Python. So with that in mind, thank you so much for watching the Python 3 Master Course. If you have any questions or concerns about the course or any of the content on the course, please let me know. I'll be happy to help you in any way that I can. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and take care.